Bob knows, we've been thinking about our journey here with PBL. I think it's really important to let people get a better understanding of what we're trying to accomplish.
Right.
So much of education is based in a very traditional model which focuses on lower level learning. And what we're working at is trying to get people to understand that real learning takes place when children are solving problems that are relevant to them and that have application to real world scenarios. PBL accomplishes that.
Yeah, instead of going for that, this is the first lesson, second lesson. So we sat and we decided this is our project. We have to reach this. Our driving question is that can we develop without restriction?
PBL, as you know, Steve, it's a process. It keeps growing each day, and it is not something you're imposing on the child. And when you are making the child think, it of course takes time.
Instead of giving that first chapter is soil, second chapter is rock, third chapter is natural resources, why we are learning? So we are making a connection with the real life. So along with this, we are covering the CBSE, the curriculum also. But in the same way, our children, they also know the why behind each. And even we were learning about area and perimeter. So our children know that, okay, our project we are going to make, we should know the perimeter of the model which we are making. We should know the area of the model that we are making. We should know how tall the building should be, whether it is possible or not in Gurgaon.
It's so important to look at this piece, where the children are really contemplating that what would happen. We develop things, but what becomes more important is the care. So they're really connecting to each and every development which is happening and observing it, whether it is leading towards destruction or is a positive development. And that's what, again, they're using the skill of comparing, of predicting, of observing. You also see their thought processes coming up when they're answering these questions like, where have you seen the development? Is it needed or not?
And children are now looking at applying a inquiry process here through the guidance and facilitation of the learning leader. So starting with a big idea, you can see how that big idea goes deeper and deeper and deeper. So it's a very macro to micro level.
Then they studied about flora, fauna. Indus Valley civilization, there was a planned city, Mohenjo-daro and Harappa. The drainage systems were proper. And the children said, Mom, yes, we can use in our green city. They said, the drain, we can do one thing, that all the drainage water from the residents, from the offices, from the schools, should be collected. It should be taken to the water treatment plant where it will be treated and it will be used to produce electricity. And they also said, even in the land in Gurgaon, they are polluted with so much of garbage. The children, they said, Ma'am, why can't we use the garbage? And because they have studied in biomass, we can use those the wastages of biomass and we can produce electricity. These are all the elements which they are using in their green city.
Examining geothermal energy, for example. What is it? How does it work? I know in my visits to countless schools around the world, there are not a lot of fourth grade children studying and understanding geothermal energy. And the next piece of this project, their culminating exhibition, will be to develop their own smart city. Our learning leaders also understand that every child doesn't learn in the same way or at the same pace. So there are opportunities for children to take different tracks based on their interests, but also an opportunity for a teacher to understand and identify where children are struggling and modify or differentiate the learning accordingly. Some children will be excelling and have already grasped certain concepts, and they'll be able to do other activities that stretch their learning. So it's a constant balancing act. It's very complicated. Why don't more schools do this? Because it's very difficult. It is not an easy way to deliver teaching and learning, but it is the most effective way, and as we said earlier, significantly reported or endorsed by key experts, research, employers, the list goes on. I think we've pretty much covered some really good examples here, and I hope this has been helpful in giving individuals and groups some ideas of how we are implementing PBL and what it looks like right here on the ground at Vega.